Cappuccino and Bluebird by the Art Project. If you enjoy this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you are new here, please subscribe and hit the little bell so you'll get notifications of future videos. Today I'm going to paint a bluebird for my wife. Hey, baby. So you probably saw, or I hope you saw, the video where I drew a skull with water-soluble oil paints. And if you haven't, please check my list of videos out and see that one. I'm going to paint a picture of a bluebird because my wife bought these paints for me, and she asked me to paint a pretty bluebird, or paint her a pretty bird. We have a bluebird in our yard. I make birdhouses every now and then, and I made some birdhouses recently, and I hung one up on our patio, close to our patio, and a bluebird has decided to nest in it. And I find it pretty interesting because I'm used to chickadees nesting in the birdhouses, and they usually just kind of nest long enough to have babies and then move on, and they're only there for a couple of weeks. This bluebird has been in this bluebird box for a couple of months now, and so anyway, it's been pretty fascinating. I got a little bit of video footage of the bird, although of the bluebird, but it wasn't very close, so I don't know, it's kind of digital looking, and I don't really care for how it turned out too well. Anyway, so I decided, as far as birds go, I would paint her a bluebird to kind of commemorate the bluebird that we have living next to our patio. So I'm squeezing out some titanium white, some blue, French ultramarine blue, some cadmium yellow, and some cadmium orange. Eventually I used some Payne's gray, and what was that other color I used? I don't know, maybe that was it. Anyway, cadmium red, I think. So I didn't want to start off too light with the bluebird. I wanted to kind of go screaming blue almost, and kind of dark at that, so add a little bit of red for it to be purple. I should remind you, if you haven't already heard, I'm colorblind, and so I'm pretty much just going by what's written on the tube and what I know of the Bluebird. Now I can see colors pretty well, but I'm horrible at matching them, particularly trying to guess what colors would mix well to make certain colors that are already there in nature. And so for the most part, I've always just kind of said, well, if it's the sky, I'll paint it blue. If it's the grass, I'll paint it green, and that's just kind of the way it goes. But lately I've been trying to do a little bit better job of matching, and so I don't know that I'm matching these colors too well. Like I said, I can't really see them, much less deduce what the best colors to mix are. But anyway, I thought, there's some shadows in the feathers, and so we'll go with kind of a dark color, and to make the blue darker, I added the cadmium red. But I also added a little bit of white, so it wouldn't just be pure purple or too black. And so I'm kind of working both directions. I'm going to lighten it up a little bit, I'm going to darken it up a little bit, and so on. Anyway, that's what I'm doing with this bird, or at least that's sort of the plan. If you like the cappuccino I made at the beginning of this video, give me a thumbs up. If you like cappuccinos, if you like mochas, hit the subscribe button. And I almost didn't get around to painting this bird because I was going to paint it first thing this morning when I got up. I'm kind of an early riser, so I was up around 6, but by the time I finished drinking my coffee and checking my Facebook, I hadn't really gotten anything painted. And about the time I started to paint, my kids were up, and my wife was up, and there was a honey-do list of things that I needed to do today before I could do anything else. So I tried to work on some of that stuff and get it out of the way so I could get back to painting, and it was probably, I don't know, 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock before in the evening before I actually got around to painting. But when I was supposed to be doing the to-do list, one of my daughters was just driving me crazy. She's like my shadow. She follows me around everywhere I go. And so I decided that I needed to go to Lowe's to get some plywood. And really what I was doing was going to Lowe's to get some peace and quiet. So I got to Lowe's, and I was looking at the prices on the plywood and trying to figure out exactly what I needed. And then I got hungry. So I decided to get a Monster energy drink and a protein bar. And then I went over into the garden section of Lowe's, and they had some wonderful like outdoor couches to sit on, and little outdoor patio furniture. And so I sat down on one of those in the wonderful spring air at Lowe's, and I just sat down and it was practically my lunch, really. Ate my lunch and ate it in solitude. Well, kind of solitude. I mean, there were people at Lowe's walking around, but they weren't bothering me, and there weren't a whole bunch of them. So it was great. I almost bought some of the patio furniture so I could bring back to my house, but then I realized my children would be jumping all over me, and I wouldn't really be able to enjoy the furniture, and it was too expensive anyway. So if you haven't eaten lunch at Lowe's, I highly recommend it. Get you a Monster energy drink or a Gatorade or whatever they have to offer, and a protein bar, or some Reese's peanut butter cups, or whatever you like, and then find the garden section and just sit on some of the outdoor furniture. It was awesome. Anyway, that was good. I really wanted to get a hammock, but Lowe's didn't have a hammock. Before I even left for Lowe's, I was sitting on my patio at home, and I was thinking I could take a nap, but I didn't have a hammock. so I needed to go to Lowe's and get one, but Lowe's didn't have them. I'm still thinking about doing the live stream. If anybody wants to watch, I gotten a couple of comments on some of my other videos about doing live stream. I'm kind of waiting on a few more. I've done one live stream video, and I'm interested in doing another one. Let me know what you think down below. I think it could be a lot of fun. We could actually have a conversation in a way between you commenting on the video and me responding to the comments as you make them, which I think can be a lot of fun, kind of interactive. So I was thinking about doing this either Friday night or Saturday night on a regular basis, or even Saturday mornings. Like I wake up pretty early, so I could probably do a live stream Saturday morning without too much interruption. And that would probably be better than Saturday evenings, because I'm not a night person. I sit down to watch a movie with my wife, and I usually fall asleep around 8:30 or 9 on the couch. But anyway, this is a pretty small painting, and so doing the eye was kind of difficult to do. But one of the great things about this water-soluble oils is you can kind of work it two ways. You can either paint right on top of it if you let it dry just a little bit, or you can wet it down and kind of push with the brush a little bit and rework the paint. So that's one really nice thing about the water-soluble oils. So I paid a little bit closer attention to this eye than I did probably the rest of the bird. The eye was kind of beautiful. Anyway, let me know what you think about the live stream. When would you like to watch? What's your schedule like? When can we get together? Friday night or Saturday night or some other night, whatever your suggestion is. I don't really know. Maybe if we do a live stream, I can give you a little tour of my studio. It's about 6 feet by 9 feet. It's not very big, and but I'll show you what it looks like. Yeah. What do you want me to paint, or what do you want me to draw? Do you want me to do more water-soluble oils for the live stream, or do you want me to do just ink? I got some black ink. I got Noodler's ink. I've got some Yupo paper. I've got a book of stickers, like make your own stickers. I did some for a video a while back. But I've got more of those stickers. I could do some of those on the live stream. I'm pretty much open to anything you want to do. I've got chickens. I could take you on a tour of my yard, show you my chickens. That'd probably take about 5 minutes. That wouldn't be a very good live stream, would it? Anyway, I've got some really large canvases, although I don't know that I'm prepared to work on those canvases. I mean, they are really big, and I don't have that much oil paint. I guess I could do some acrylic paint. I've got lots of acrylic paint. I could paint a giant skull. If we do the live stream, the last time I did it, I think I had about 5 people, which is not a whole lot of people. It's actually totally enough if we're going to do a live stream. 5 people is fine. But it would be really great if we had more. How do we get more people to show up for the Art Project live stream party? Ooh, it has to be a party. I'll bring the root beer. And the chips. Um, Got to get some more people to show up. Tell your friends and family. Um, make it a party at your house, and you could play it on the big screen TV, and we could just like all kind of like paint together. One big paint party. Ooh, like canvas and cocktails. That would be interesting too. Canvas and cocktails. Only like live stream canvas and cocktails. I feel like there's got to be a better name for it than that. Like live liquor and live. Okay, never mind. I'm just kidding. No liquor. Anyway, canvas and cocktails live stream party with the Art Project, and you and whoever you can get together around in your living room. By the way, I'm not really using anything other than the oil paints and water. The water paint, though, I mean, the water is literally all you need to wash the brushes out pretty good. And so I go back and forth between the water and the paper towel and new fresh paint to keep the paint kind of clean and keep it from getting muddy. And a lot of what you see, like in the beginning, is just kind of putting down solid colors. And then in the end, or closer to the end, I can start blending those colors together. And so if you were watching at the beginning, you probably saw one thing. And of course now I've put more and more layers and worked more and more paint together. So my dad called earlier, and he saw this painting before my wife saw the painting, and he asked me if I was going to send it to him. And of course I can't send it to him because it's for my wife. So now I guess I've got to paint another bird or something to send to my dad, because he really liked this one. I want to do a raven. If you've seen any of my other videos, you've probably seen me paint a raven. But I did that. I did one of them with a monoprint. One of them was a sketch. I don't know how many I've done of those before. I painted a chicken in watercolor a long time ago, and I painted a bird in watercolor in my sketchbook before that. So I've painted a few birds before. One of my favorite birds that I ever painted was I painted 3 chickadees for my mom one time, and that was probably my favorite painting that I've done, and she really liked it a lot. I may have to do another one like that. I really like chickadees. Chickadees are some of my favorite birds. I also like doing things larger than life size, so it might be really cool to do a chickadee which is like the size of a golf ball. I mean, chickadees are really small. I could do a chickadee that's normally the size of a golf ball. I could blow it up to the size of this canvas that I've got, which is like literally 4 feet by 6 feet or something like that. No, 4 feet by 5 feet, I think. I've got 3 really big canvases, and one of them's 4 feet by 5 feet, I think. That would be a really big chickadee. That could be a lot of fun. May have to try that out. Well, I don't know how much of the video is left here, but let me use this opportunity to plead with you. If you did enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up. Share it with your friends and family. Share it on your Facebook page, and ask your friends and family to be sure and give it a thumbs up. I have currently 1,785 subscribers, and it would be pretty awesome if I could hit 2,000 subscribers, in the next couple of weeks. So if you could, if you enjoy my videos, please spread the word and let others know about me. I'm going to keep trying to come up with new content. new conversations, stuff like that. It's easier to have a conversation when you are involved in the conversation. So please leave me some comments down below in the comment section. Don't forget to read this description. Sometimes I'll leave links to products like the water-soluble oils or sketchbooks, ink, stuff like that. And I get a little commission sometimes. It hasn't been very productive yet, but I get a commission with Amazon if you click on those links and buy something. And you don't even have to buy what's at the links. You can just click on the link and keep on shopping. And if you actually buy something after having clicked on that link, I get a little cash. Help put my kids through college. Yeah. But anyway, this is not really a job. I'm not making well, actually right now I'm not making any money at this. But if I did make some money at it, that'd be kind of nice. I don't really have to have it because I do have a full-time job. I just like making the videos and painting and all that. So, well, right now it's about 9:30, and it is about time for me to go to bed. So, let me know what you think of this bluebird. Is it accurate to the bluebirds that you have seen? Do you have any bluebird stories that you can tell me about in the comments down below? Looking for a little bit more interaction. And like I said, I'm excited about doing the live stream. I'm going to probably tune out here in just a minute. So I hope you get to make some art. Let me know if you have bought any water-soluble oils or any just oil paint. Like, really, the water-soluble oils, I think, work just like oil paint. So if you're like an oil painter, tell me, what your favorite technique is or what your favorite subject matter is to paint. Yeah. So I think that is literally like all I've got. And so I gotta get around the eye here a little bit. Some of these little feathers, blend them in a little. Alright. Maybe you have been painting along. If you have been painting along with me, you need to upload your photograph to Instagram and then find me and comment on my Instagram and tell me to follow your Instagram, or tag me. That's what it is. Tag me in the photo of your Instagram that you're gonna post of whatever it was that you painted while you were watching my video. And yeah, let me know on Instagram if you watched my videos and if you've done any painting or any art to go along with it. I think my favorite thing on this particular painting is his eye. So check out this eye up real close right there. Isn't that cool? It's a little bit exaggerated, but I like it. Alright, go make some art.